In the name of Allah Almighty, the most beneficent and the most merciful. In the last video and in our last discussion, we have discussed the general definition of freedom of expression and freedom of speech generally. But some of the questions were arises that whether the freedom of expression and the freedom of speech is a free speech or whether the same has any limitations. We will discuss about the limitations on the freedom of expression and the freedom of speech in the world. Prior to it, I want to discuss the availability of right of freedom and freedom of speech and freedom of expression in view of different constitutions of the world countries. Today I want to discuss about the freedom of expression and freedom of speech enshrined in the Constitution of United States of America. Before discussing the availability of right of freedom of speech and the freedom of expression in the Constitution of the USA, firstly we have to see what is the definition of the Constitution or what is the Constitution and why we say that whether any right or fundamental right, basic human right is available by any of the Constitution or not. Prior to seeing this, we have to see what is the Constitution. In my humble view, the definition of a Constitution is an aggregate of fundamental principles or established precedents that constitute the legal basis of a polity, organization, or other type of entity and commonly determine how the entity is to be governed. We can define the Constitution also the basic principles and laws of a nation or of a state or a social group which determines the powers and the duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to the people of the same. The Constitution of the United States of America was actually passed in the year 1789. It has only 7 articles. It is so a comprehensive and we can say that a short constitution. And I will say that only 7 articles are included in the Constitution of United States of America. Article 1 relates to the legislation. Article 2 relates to the executive. Article 3 relates to the judicial. We can say that, although it is not clear, but we can say that the United States of America has the Constitution which is having the trichotomy of the powers. Firstly, the legislation which is consisting of the Congress. Secondly, on the executive consisting of the president. And third is the judiciary or judicial consisting of the Supreme Court as well as the federal courts of the United States of America. Similarly, Article 4, Article 5 and Article 6 embody about the concept of the federalism, rights and responsibilities of the state governments. Article 7 of the same enshrined about the establishment of procedure subsequently by the 13 states to ratify of the same. In the year 1791, First Amendment was introduced in the Constitution of the United States of America, in which the right of expression and right of freedom of speech was clearly enshrined, and it was declared that the Congress guaranteed the rights to free expression and free association. And the First Amendment, which was introduced in 1791 through Bill of Rights, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or possibility the free exercise thereof, abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the peoples peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redressal of the grievances. It means that although it is not clear wording in the First Amendment of the Constitution of USA that any right has been given, but it has been stated that no law will be made by the Congress while abridging the rights of any person living in United States of America or any citizen of the United States of America regarding its freedom of assembly, regarding its freedom of speech, regarding its freedom of religion, and so on. It means that every person of the United States of America has a right to say whatever he wants, to write down whatever he wants, to assemble or to make any protest or to question the policy of the government. Similarly, the persons or the citizens of United States of America have the right to adopt the religion of his own accord, and no one will be compelled to adopt the religion against his conscience or against his will. Now, when we say that freedom of expression and freedom of speech is available as per Constitution of the United States of America, it means that every person has the right to say anything else, whatever he wants. But as per law, there are certain limitations which will be discussed in the next videos by us. At the end of the discussion of the constitution, different constitutions of the countries of the world, then we will conclude it and will see that what kind of the limitations can be put on this right. But when we say that every person has the right to express, any person has a right or to expose his ideas. When any person is writing a story in a press, in a newspaper or in a book, he cannot be compelled by the state or by the state of the by any organs of the state or by any other person not to do so. When we say that every person has a right of expression, it means that every person can state his ideas, and similarly his opponent is bound to hear his ideas. No one can say that such and such person is not allowed to say or to say something else or to write something else or to publish something else. Similarly, every governmental organization, every functionary of the state is also bound to listen, to hear, to read, and he cannot compel to his opponents for describing his idea. Although some governmental functionaries or the political parties or the personalities of some political parties also used to go to infringe the rights of the peoples, but the same can be challenged before the courts of the United States of America as per the Constitution. In the last days, it was published or it was seen in the social media at YouTube that some of the newscasters or the reporters of the CNN have questioned the President Donald Trump about his policies, but those were not permitted. Rather, they were asked not to put such like questions to the President. In my humble view, this cannot be done even by the President, as the same is not allowed by the Constitution of United States of America, and the said journalist can challenge the act of the president even before the court of United States of America. In these circumstances, we could conclude that the citizens of the United States of America have the right to adopt the religion, to have the ideas of their religious, to assemble with their free movement, to publish or to produce any idea through the book, through the press, or through any other kind of the media. This is our today's discussion. Thank you very much.